The Season 1 finale of the Big Bid Theory is launched, is underway. I'm Bill Culhane with Jim Ward. Thanks for joining us for the How Time Has Flown By. As I mentioned, this is the final episode of Season 1. Jim and I hope this final episode exceeds your expectations. Thanks for visiting with us. We'll soon be joined by the director from one of the Procurement Technical Assistance Center's PTAC offices. We'll have the season's last crazy bid. You'll want to stick around for that. And the TBBT band will close it all down. Off we go. Hello, Jim. Terry Williams is going to join us from Washington, D.C. in a moment. On the crazy scale, how crazy is this episode's crazy bid?
Well, hello, Bill. Hello, it's Your Majesty. Happy Jubilee. Happy Jubilee.
Hey, Bill. So, I think the interview is can't wait to hear more from Terry. Looking forward to it.
Okay, what about the crazy bid though?
The crazy bid.
I saw a draft of our format, of course.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I was thrown off because I saw the Queen. Did you see the Queen of England was back there? But the crazy bid tonight is life imitating art, imitating life, I think. Boy, I think I just went really deep on that, Bill.
We're going heavy on that.
I think I'm going a little existential here, if I may dare say, and I will.
Awesome.
But it's like that television show Bill and I were just talking about that neither of us had the pleasure of watching just because of time, but it's Breaking Bad. It's about a meth lab storyline in New Mexico.
Do we want to acknowledge to people that you and I don't watch Breaking Bad?
No. I mean, let me rephrase this. I have watched it. I've actually watched the entire first season. So just to give some credibility here. So my favorite character is Tuco. It's this crazy character, Bill. Oh, God. And I had nightmares about this character. Tuco! He's this crazy actor. He's this character actor. You would know him if you saw him.
After hearing you say that, Jim, now I really want to see the show.
I know. I mean, it's a good show. I just quit watching because my life is too insane. But anyway, yeah, this is a meth lab bid in New Mexico. I'll get into that here a little bit later.
All right, more on that in a moment. Now let's shift gears. Let's get back to the semi-serious side. Here's our visit with Terry Williams. Again, Terry, the director of PTAC in San Antonio, who was kind enough, by the way, to join us while she was at a PTAC conference in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
Terry Williams is the director of the PTAC offices based in San Antonio, Texas. She has an impressive background in business and economic development. Terry has served as the Director of Economic Development for the Brooks Development Authority and also Business Development Manager for the Port Authority of San Antonio. Terry knows government, and that's evidence. You look at her bio. She worked 11 years with the City of San Antonio as manager of the Small Business Division and Economic Development Department. Terry, thanks for joining us again, especially being over there in our nation's capital. And I'll tell you what, I'll let you, Terry, explain the services and solutions which PTAC provides.
Well, thank you so much, Bill. Thanks for having me. And ironically, I am here in the nation's capital at a conference for the Association of Procurement Technical Assistance Centers. I currently serve on the board of directors as our Region 8 director. Services and solutions that we provide for small businesses basically is how to do business with the federal government. We also include how to do business with state and local governments as well. But the services focus on federal procurement opportunities for small businesses, disadvantaged businesses, veteran-owned businesses as well. So it's basically helping them with a step-by-step process of how to complete the requirements. What are the requirements? We provide one-on-one counseling to them, as well as training workshops, and all sorts of resources to help them get through that maze of government contracting.
Perfect. And, just as an aside, and I know I've mentioned to you previously, Terry, I know in conversations I have with business owners who are interested in doing business with the government, I certainly refer them to PTAC because of the services you provide, not just your office, of course, but the offices throughout the country. Now, everyone is interested in best practices and learning from the errors of others. Terry, what are some common mistakes made by small businesses when they're out there pursuing public sector opportunities?
Common mistakes is so basic as not following the directions. Mm-hmm. We find folks sometimes, and a lot of us do it, we procrastinate, okay? We wait till the last minute and figure, this is all I have to do, and either they don't make the deadline for submitting a bid or a solicitation, or they left some vital piece of information out, such as the cost per item. Just common mistakes like that, or they got to include a resume of a staff person if they're submitting a proposal. So paying attention to detail, basically. We find a lot of that, and that's where we help them the most is going over their bid, going over their proposal before they submit it, saying, you forgot to cross this T right here. You forgot to sign your name, because things like that can make them non-responsive.
Where were you when I was in school, Terry? Hi, this is Jim Ward with the Big Bid Theory. I had a couple questions for you. Now, as far as like WOSBs, minority-owned small businesses, veteran-owned businesses, what should they know about government procurement, and what are some good reasons for them to get that designation?
Well, I think most importantly, they should know that the government is seeking them out to do business with them. So basically, that means the government has designated certain percentages, and I'm not going to use the term set aside because these are goals. They've designated certain percentages for contracting with women-owned small business, minority-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, as well as hub zone businesses. Now, there's a hub designation, which is basically a state designation, historically underutilized business, but hub zone is basically an economic revitalization tool that the government has in place to help build up certain areas of urban communities and to provide contracting preference points for those businesses. So they're seeking them out as well. So that certification for veteran-owned and service-disabled veteran-owned, disadvantaged businesses where minority-owned businesses fall to that, and women-owned small businesses and hub-zone small businesses is worth the effort. I would tell them it's worth the effort because it also helps them in marketing themselves, because government offices look for these designations on a system that's called System Award Management, SAM for short.
Right.
So if they're not on there, chances are they're going to get missed.
Yeah, you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, right?
There you go.
Exactly. Now, so let's say that you stumbled across this magic lamp and a genie comes out, but this genie he's on his last legs. He only has one wish he can grant you for what you could change in the world of government procurement. So you can change anything in the world. What would it be?
Wow, that's a good question.
I know. It's the genie's fault.
I know. Let me summon the genie here. I think I would probably change the and I said the requirements, the amount of requirements, and I want to say paperwork, but everything's trying to be electronic, but that's, in my mind, it's just another form of paperwork, and everything's trying to be simplified and condensed. Right. However, there's still a lot of agencies out there that on their own system. So it's not good enough for a business to register on this system because, well, NASA doesn't use this system, but Department of Commerce uses this system. If I can get everyone, all the federal agencies, all the government agencies, one to utilize one system, maybe I'm dreaming. This is a dream, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But I think that would be very, very useful and significant for the procurement process.
Good answer.
Very, yeah, Terry. I was gonna say that's an outstanding. If you had one wish suggestion now.
Yeah.
So Terry, it's Bill again, of course. Now, if any of our listeners have additional questions, keeping in mind again, Terry's the director at the San Antonio offices of PTAC. But if anybody has any questions, how can they contact you or their local PTAC office?
Great. Contacting my office, let me say my office services 17 surrounding counties of Bear County. Those 17 counties also include Travis County in the Austin area, Williamson County, and Hayes County, besides Bear and Atascosa and those. So contact my office. The main phone number, area code 210-458-2458, real easy, 210-458-2458, or email PTAC, PTAC, @utsa.edu. If you're not in the area, you can go to this website, click on your state, and find the nearest Procurement Technical Assistance Center near you. That website is APTAC, APTAC-US.org.
Okay, perfect, Terry. And just to our listeners out there, we will include the phone number that Terry just gave to her office, that email, and also the website URL. We'll include that in the description of the podcast as well if anybody needs to refer to that information. Well, Terry, on behalf of our listeners, our production team here at the Big Bid Theory, we sure do appreciate you stepping aside to visit with us. We appreciate all that you and the folks at PTAC are doing.
Thanks for the opportunity. Look forward to working with you guys in the future.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Terry.
Jim, you and I have championed the services of PTAC for a long time. Terry does an excellent job, of course, of highlighting their services. And one thing I constantly remind people, all of us as taxpayers are paying for their services. Why not avail yourself?
You do. You say that all the time. He says it to me probably 8 times a day, 10 times a day. He'll say that to me. No. I love it. No, seriously, how awesome is Terry Williams? I mean, seriously, you guys give it up for Terry Williams. I'm talking, there needs to be a hashtag, Bill, Terry Williams. I'm going to start it right now. Terry, so hashtag Terry, how many R's?
2 R's.
2 R's, that's what I thought. Okay, so TerriWilliams. Hashtag. So thank you very much, Terry Williams. She is a pleasure, and I've got nothing but wonderful things to say about her. I think her PTAC office is exceptional.
Okay, Jim. Well,
I can't be effusive enough. I really think that highly of her. I really do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jim, you and I have said since the very first second we cracked the mics back in April, that one of our goals, at minimum, we wanted to get people to understand that governments need and will buy
Hold on,
anything.
Bill. I've got to be really, really, come clean. You may have had goals. I've really never had any. That's how little thought I put into this.
you just went into this blindly? Well,
I did, but that's really cool though that you did have goals. I mean, that's like.
Okay, facilitate here, Jim. Work with me. Okay, I'm trying to convince people that governments need and they'll buy anything. Your crazy bid tonight is going to convince people if they're on the fence.
Oh, it will. Oh, it will. It will knock you off with aplomb.
Go for it.
Welcome to tonight's edition of Crazy Bids You Can Win. Now, tonight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. It's for meth lab cleanup services. In New Mexico, it is for all of the different agencies in the state. Okay, so, but literally the title of the bid is, it's an active bid that you can win, meth lab cleanup services. And it's put out by the General Services Department in the state of New Mexico. You know, the first thing that springs to mind, Bill, is what is it with New Mexico? I mean, kind of like North Carolina. It's like when you drive into the states, like they give you a pack of cigarettes, like at the toll booth or something.
I love New Mexico.
I do too. But I mean, all these stories, and I mean, geez, this crazy bid is for like a lot of work. I just think it's just strange. I mean, I suppose the remote nature of it, because as this bid is worded, this is basically for smaller setups that are not putting out industrial amount of product. And I feel like a real dork, by the way, saying like product like that.
Yeah, like it's shirts or cans of corn.
Yeah, I know, because I'm just so OG. But yeah, no. So my thought process, Bill, was this is truly Darwinism in real time. It's one of the few experiences we get these days like that. Whoever wins this bid, okay, I will give crazy odds, Bill, that they will be in jail within the next 2 years because, again, I mean, they know how to break down a meth lab.
Well, and you know one thing that I saw in the bid?
What's that?
Is you're not allowed to remove any ammunition. That stood out to me too. I mean, so you know what actually popped in my head actually when I read that part was, so this bid, ladies and gentlemen, goes into a list of 3 things that they were either to dispose of or basically sap is the best I can say it. Bill, does that make sense? It does.
Sap. Okay. But yeah, they had a clause in there that you had to leave whatever ammunition you found. And I'm just thinking, hold on, you're listing flammable devices, and you won't let them take bullets out. I mean, you know, I just know from TV or whatever, right? But they blow up and all, so you're making them leave live rounds in there? Good Lord, I mean, that seems pretty mean. But and then the other thing I found interesting about this bill was I learned, actually it's really fascinating, what they were actually going in there to sap or neutralize or take away. That was the other thing. And it's everything from like Sudafed, just Sudafed, ephedrine. There's a list of like 30 things on here. It's fascinating, actually. If anybody wants to pull up the bid, it's officially, it's officially titled. So the General Services Department Purchasing Division in Santa Fe, and the title is no adjectives, just meth lab cleanup services. That's it. No period.
Any and every bid is found in BidPrime's database.
Its ability to amuse me is endless, to say the least. But But yeah, I thought that was one of the more bizarre things that, I mean, the thing actually, and it's due here, it's coming to head here pretty soon, so it's just kind of a crazy bid that you can win.
Awesome. Great way to end season one. And while this is the season one finale, Jim, I know you and I want to remind everybody again to stay tuned, because while we're on hiatus, we're going to be rolling out a best of episode. Also, we'll have a compilation of
Actually, it's not a best of, Bill. It's a best of the worst of.
That's a small sample size.
But
also, we'll have a compilation of some of the more memorable crazy bids to hold you over during the holidays, so keep an eye out. Jim, I can hear it in your voice. You're getting a little emotional. I am as well. The lights are dimming on season one. It's been a pleasure going on this journey with you. And as we look across the way the band is getting assembled, Jim, in short, your thoughts on season one?
Well, Bill, in all sincerity, I do want to thank our listeners and all of the fantastic emails I've gotten, and actually have gotten to know some really fascinating people. So thank you very, very much. And I have to say what I've said all along. I mean, all of you. I have to also at the same time, Bill, question their wherewithal. You know, they listen to us, and some people actually take this semi-seriously to seriously, and that scares me. It does, and it makes me worried for the next generation, and I'll leave it at that.
Very good. We do want to remind all of those people you mentioned, please continue to download, share, and follow the podcast.
Yes, stalk
on
us.
iHeart.
I mean, really, seriously,
very
we like
kind to us.
stalkers. Bill loves them.
Right. iHeart's been very kind to us, and also our friends at
iHeart.
And if you want to stay in touch with us, again, we'll still be around, of course, but you can email me at bcolhane@bidprime.com. Jim mentioned his inbox fills up after we release episodes. Jim is at jward@bidprime.com. The show's Twitter is going to be alive and active. It's at The Big Bid Theory. And Jim, of course, is on Twitter as Jim Ward, the number 6. I'm contract_Hunter. For Jim, our dedicated staff, we've been so blessed with. Are those tears of joy or sadness I see across the room? Anyway.
I just, real quick, Bill, I just want to say a very, very quick thank you to Bill, because he is without peer when it comes to keeping me from getting arrested.
It's been a team effort, but we do, as we wrap this first season up, we want to thank Terry Williams from PTAC again.
Hashtag Terry Williams, 2 R's.
And there you go, and thanks to you for helping us to make season one such an overwhelming success. We're blessed. The TBBT band is ready until season 2. Go Gunners, Barracudas, Tigers, and Bobcats, and we wish you all the best in growing your business.
What?
We're having so much fun on the Big Bid Theory. Got Jim and Bill on the Big Bid Theory. Bill seems to know his stuff much more so than Jim can. We're talking government procurement with a crazy Bill from him. Got Jim and Bill on the Big Bid Theory. On the Big Bid Theory. The Big Bid Theory. The Big Bid Theory. Yeah, the Big Bid Theory.
Happy Jubilee!